Thank you. On my daily walk in the city, I decided to stop and sit and talk to the homeless. They have been in the news recently, and when I saw one of the leading advocates, Jinx, I sat right beside him. Jinx was adding up his daily take. And I said, Jinx, you're quite a businessman. He says, I know I am. I count very well. I said, Jinx, you're so good. Let me give you a difficult problem. He said, okay. I said, Jinx, if you have 2 dogs, and I give you 2 dogs, how many dogs would you have? And Jinx said, 5. I said, no, Jinx. Look at it this way. If you have $2, and I give you 2 more dollars, how many dollars will you have? And Jinx said, 4. So I said, that's what I'm talking about, Jinx. If you have 2 dogs, and I give you 2 more dogs, how many dogs will you have? Jinx said, 5. I said, Jinx, how do you get 5? He said, I already have a dog. Madam Premier, fellow speakers, ministers, senators, MPs, delegates, members, supporters, ladies and gentlemen, on Monday night, we heard from the rising stars in the PLP who are building on the foundation, aims, and goals of our founders and who are helping us to climb to the top of the mountain. They are aware that we have accomplished a great deal, but more needs to be done. So hold on to the rope. They have skills in their backpacks, work boots, helmets, and oxygen tanks, and are ready with their pickaxes to reach the top. They extend a hand to all of those who wish to make that journey, and they, like us, realize that some will get tired and weary and want to go back down the mountain where it is safer. But others will continue and help us, the collective we, and not just look out for themselves by saying, what's in it for me? That was not the philosophy from which we were bred. We wanted to see improvements and sacrifice to make those things for all of us, and never asked, what's in it for me? Like we hear today, or you haven't done anything for me lately. And that is what was learned from the early founders. I learned it from the age of 16 when I joined the PLP. And I had the good fortune to sit in the room with the late Wilfred Allen, Al Frederick Wade, Lois Brown Evans, Ryo Richardson, and Peter Smith, to name just a few visionaries, progressive, who were resolute and strong for Bermudians. And while they talked about the political roadmap ahead and how they would build houses, develop a program like Mirrors for Our Youth, develop a national stadium with grand seating, a cricket field, and a hockey pitch, cultural activities, and more books on Bermuda history, a legacy fund to support Bermudian lives, the Heartbeats program of historical lectures and daycare, a National Heroes Day, all of which I'm proud to say were assigned to me as your lead minister to develop with a team. Their emphasis was on the we, as in all of us making it. This impressed me as we trained to go from opposition to government in 1998. There was no talk then about, I do not like seatbelts, so why do I have to wear them? We therefore passed legislation to have them, so all of our people would benefit by being safe. And we passed cell phone legislation to make our roads safer, all for you. So don't let go of the rope, and don't allow others to put it around your hands or neck as we try to reach the top. We concentrated on our needs and aspirations as we took each step up that mountain, a very, very steep climb in areas. And while some members have returned to the Valley of Safety, because the journey can be difficult, those of us who have the national we can do better because it is emblazoned in our hearts and minds, and we have continued. So I say to you tonight, hold on to the rope. Don't give up or in. We can get to the top together. We know that such journeys are not for everyone, so we have to stand strong and continue. And if we hope to reach the top, we have to stand strong. We can only get there with you and more people like the late Mary Hayward, Hyacinth Burgess, and Leonie Richards, who, when we were out of water in the PLP headquarters, did not cry or shrink from the steps ahead. When there was the possibility of having headquarters lights turned off, they passed ahead and held a big sale to raise the funds to keep the lights on. And even though it rained hard that Saturday, they stayed under broken umbrellas until they reached their target of $252 because they had fortitude and a vision of a Bermuda for all of us and not for themselves. They were strong soldiers who were showing what has to be done during the apprenticeship that takes us on as junior members and prepares us for stewardship that gets us involved in the community when we serve on committees, develop and participate in activities, so we will be ready for leadership. And that was the pathway to success, and still is the pathway to success in the PLP. Apprenticeship, stewardship, and leadership. When the boundaries of constituency 25 were changed, I was encouraged to change and head to the Valley of Safety by running in perhaps constituency 24. But I was determined to stand and defend 25 with programs like square foot gardening, food vouchers for needy seniors, a senior citizens tea, the Pastor Virgil Bermuda College Financial Award, 5% off in 25, vegetable boxes to needy seniors, along with the challenges of getting mirrors for hidden entrances, filling in potholes on Downing Lane, fixing the exit at Keith Hall Road with the now famous but greatly appreciated Wall of China. The list of accomplishments, along with the regular public meetings, canvassing that starts the day after the election, and clinics, we can only think of one thing: keep the butler in the house. Because the government has been able to provide for the constituents what they wanted. Representation, as we have stood strong for them. As we continue to climb the mountain, we must remain focused, use our numerous successes as motivators and our failures as challenges. We will continue to hold the hands of the weary, provide retraining opportunities for the unemployed, and soft skills for those who are unsure about what it takes to be successful at work. We will bid those who decide to return to the valley or drop the rope, we will bid them a safe journey, and we will refocus, change in the best interests of the whole group as we continue this journey, realizing there are easy paths and some difficult roads ahead. But we should not be deterred. Our track record indicates that we are now experienced backpackers who do know how and who are determined to continue. So you see, we are climbing up the mountain, trying to reach the top, almost finished our battle, gone halfway, but we just can't stop. Let's not be afraid. Let's stand strong with commitment, fortitude, determination, and strength to reach the top. Let's continue to work for Bermuda, which is so much more. Thank you.